Leaving America for Europe, that's the big question. That's my friends always ask me, like, why to leave the biggest economy in the world for countries that are not known to have good economies? The real answer to it, I can answer it like, you know, like in a scholar way with, you know, argument A, B, C, but that's not the best way to do it. The best way is, you know, to meet Americans who kind of live in Europe and can share their insights, but the problem is, I don't know American. That's the problem.
Are you looking for some Americans? Because we got two right over here.
Here we go. Are you American?
Yeah, from Portland, Oregon.
I don't trust you. What's the #1 drink in America? Let me check first.
Coors Light. A Coors Light or a Coca-Cola?
I don't know what it is. Coca-Cola, that I know.
Yeah, yes.
The #1 fast food?
Ooh, McDonald's, gotta be McDonald's.
Real Americans, come with me.
Yeah, we passed the test.
Pass the test, let's go. Mask on. I know someone who is very happy about, which was it?
It's Burger King.
He's happy seeing Burger King.
It's like the first Burger King I've seen. I've seen like 5 McDonald's, but this is the first Burger King.
First Burger King in France, okay. Did you get your train ticket?
Yeah, we got it all printed out, got it all emailed. We're ready to go to Munich.
So how was your experience buying a train ticket in France?
It was a little confusing, but we survived. We got it all. It wasn't as expensive as I would have thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much was it?
It was €55.
Alright.
So it's not too bad. Something like 65 USD probably.
That's cool. 55 per person, right?
Yeah, 55 per person.
And where are you going?
Munich.
Munich, Germany. Do you speak German?
No, not an inch. I know Guten Tag.
Guten Tag, that's a good start.
Any German words we should know?
Yeah, Guten Tag, which is good morning. And no, actually good day, because good morning is Guten Morgen. And Danke, which means thank you. I gotta start my camera because the question he just asked is, how many hours do you work in France? I say 35 per week, so can you imagine the American shock?
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, we work like 40 hours and even up to like 55, like you said.
Yeah,
like
because on like a normal day as a server, I can sometimes work up to a 43-hour week and then you get paid overtime. But as a server, I don't even know if you get paid overtime.
No, I don't think you do. And at my job, I've been starting to work like 4 days a week, which is just like a lot better for like my mental health. Just like not.
Oh, 4 days a week.
Yeah, 4 days a week. It's just.
Which averages like 30 hours.
Yeah, like I really like around like 30 to 35 hours. It just feels like my life doesn't revolve around work, which can be like really, really draining. And I just prefer it a lot better that way.
So your employer accepted it, like 4 days?
Well, that's just like, because my schedule is pretty flexible as like a server. Like people can fill in different days, different shifts. You talk a lot and you can trade shifts with each other.
I see.
And I always wanted to work like 30 to 35 hours.
I prefer the flexibility of serving, but
yeah,
if you're low staffed, you have to work a lot.
Yeah, like some days it's...
Sometimes you work every day of the week.
Yeah, like it can be like you only work a couple days and sometimes everybody calls out and then you got to just fill in a bunch of shifts.
I was low staffed at a restaurant over the summer and I had to work like 4 days in a row, 10-hour shifts, and I didn't get a single break, which is illegal. But didn't matter to my employer.
It's illegal, but when you have to like serve like 10 tables, you can't really take a break.
I would get home, I would draw a bath, I would fall asleep in the bathtub, get out, sleep for 5 hours, and go back and do it again.
So to help them kind of, you know, how to say, wind down and take off the stress, I brought them to this beautiful place, which is Opéra of Paris. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello.
Fantastic.
How is it to be at the Opera of Paris?
It's beautiful. Is it a choreography school? Is that what it says?
Where do you see that?
I remember I was here a few months ago and I thought it said like the School of Choreography.
Is inside? Maybe.
I thought so.
Maybe. Let's try to get closer from here. You don't sing?
I just need to go ask if I can borrow his guitar.
I love the man there. This is how to find a girlfriend in Paris. So you want to buy a computer?
A MacBook, yeah.
You need a MacBook Air.
I broke mine. I spilled an Italian soda on it last month. So.
Italian soda.
Right
Italians again.
Yeah.
I know, those Italian.
Pesky Italian.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Opera of Paris?
Oh, it's fantastic. How magnificent for an Apple store.
I know, it's not like any Apple store I've ever seen.
How are they like in America? It's more glass, more like glass.
It's just like a big glass cube.
Yeah.
I see.
They look like.
They're just big windows, huge
Yeah.
windows.
Yeah.
You can see everything.
No, here like no chance to have a glass cube building. Look at the historic building here. All right, do you want to go in?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. I think we can go from here. So we had a deal that, yeah, I had a deal also with him.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be in the camera. That we will not go to Starbucks things. We'll go only to France.
Only to classic cafes.
But we make an exception to this Starbucks to just check out the architecture. So I'll show you what I consider the most beautiful Starbucks in Paris. Après vous, madame, mademoiselle, I'll follow you. So what do you think?
Oh my
I
gosh,
love
this
it.
is
It's
nuts.
really cool, and you have people like studying here.
Yes, they can
They got a
study
little
here.
like, bunch of workstations
Yeah.
everywhere.
Like
It's lovely.
Versailles, but make it Starbucks.
Looks like Versailles, right?
Yeah, right.
All right, it's over. We leave. I'm not having a drink here, but yeah, for work is great here. You have a lot of students. So now we'll go from here to sorry, pardon. We'll go from here to the Louvre Museum, just before the Louvre, in a place called Palais Royale, which is like the Royal Palace. That's how they name it. And if it's open, it's worth checking. And there are a lot of nice bistro cafe there where we can have a drink, and where I can have my tea and my tartine sucré. Sorry, I need my dose of sugar. Beautiful architecture, right?
It's insane, and it's also like one of the biggest Starbucks I've ever seen.
It's really big, yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah. And you have the seats outside, so in summer it's really nice.
Yeah, I love how all across Paris there's so much outside seating. There's not enough of that.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Some culture trip for us is that the tables are like a foot away from each other.
That's true.
And in America, they're like 4 feet away.
Yeah.
Like to have your own personal space in
Yeah,
America.
you have to have your own corner.
But like all the tables like at the local cafes are like so close together.
Yes.
I'm not bothered by it at all. It's
But
just
if
like
you were to be able to be sat at a table like that in America, you would complain.
yeah, like in our restaurant.
I want to speak to the manager.
Yeah,
I love that.
Like, why would you sit me next to these people?
No, people are like, I want at least like 5 foot of space, and not just because of COVID. They just like
Oh, they won't have their own.
they just want their
Yeah.
own space.
Alright.
In Italy, they want to sit down and enjoy themselves.
Yes. So here we come to, I keep saying one of the most beautiful places in Paris. How many times did I say it? 10 times? So we come to the Louvre area. Let's start with this one. Do you know what that place is?
I have no idea.
Comédie Française. It's like a French comedy, so I think there is definitely a school for comedians. And sometimes in the evening I see people queuing, so maybe they have some theater things, so we can go there. Oh, you want to show in English? Okay, we need to remind her that she's in France, that she needs to speak the French language.
I know, exactly.
Check out this building of Comédie Française. Yeah, let's cross. Alright, let's wait here. No, actually, let's cross. Gotta run. Crossing the Parisian way. Did you learn how to cross in the Parisian way? Huh? Did you learn how to cross in the Parisian way?
Yeah, we've started to get accustomed. Sort of just run.
But tell us anyway.
Well, you just look at left and right. There is no car. The color of the light doesn't really matter.
If there's no cars, you're good to go.
That's it. You have the the right to go. Here is the beautiful
That is nice.
metro station. It's just dangerous. A lot of people taking pictures. Let's go closer. Ta-ta!
Yeah, that's unique.
You'll never miss it.
No.
You don't know where you are, just look for that.
So did you say you were looking for a nice cafe?
Yes.
Well, pick up your choice. You have. My favorites are definitely those ones there. This one is also nice, but I find it a bit too touristic to my taste.
That is really nice.
But I just find it a little bit too touristic. Like, how do you put this? Like, if when I sit there, I hear more English than French, which to me is not a good sign. Sorry, I have my own criteria of judging a French cafe. So what we can see is there is a crazy guy there. He makes those miniatures, you know. And let's just see the level of detail. You see like the French army in front of the British one. We love that. There is something about the American Indians, the native Indians on the other side. But do you know Tintin, this person? Tintin, Milou the dog. And here is the rocket. This is more kind of maybe the Mongol warriors or something like that, like from East. Here is some American. Look at the American lady.
Wow.
Playboy. Oh, come here to see the French army. I'm not sure if it's Napoleon one, but yeah, all of that. You see, that side is the French army, and here is some kind of British, Scottish dressed folks, I guess.
They're Scottish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the Royal Palace, Palais Royale, which is on this side. Oh, let's look at the rules and the regulations. How to visit le Palais Royal. No, it's too long. Let's go in. We'll make our own rules. That's how it is. No, this one is famous because, you know, the influencer ladies, they like to climb those kind of cylinders, take the pretty pictures. Let me show you what you are looking at. And there is a garden, you see, on the other side. You can walk there, it's really nice, like in summer. The trees are not really blooming now, but yeah. So, Jerry, do you want to take a picture on
No, it's okay.
cylinders? so you don't have the Instagram addiction?
I don't know.
But
I
you
try to avoid phones as much as possible.
But you still have an account?
I have an account, but I take pictures of other people.
Yeah, just for the friends.
So speaking of fashion, do you think Parisians like are... What do you think about the way people dress in Paris?
I think they're all like really well dressed.
So much more put together than us.
Yeah, because
we were talking about this the other night because when we go to the supermarket, we just put on sweatpants and a tank top maybe and like walk around at night in flip-flops. And then here, people always look so nice and put together when they
I know, even if they have to go to the supermarket, they look like they're wearing their best clothes.
Yeah.
But I just throw some stuff on.
I know.
So how do you do it in America?
We just wear sweatpants and
I will wear flip-flops in like November.
But that's practical, no?
It is practical.
You can go out looking like however you want.
Just to go to a convenience store. It is
practical. So what my American friends are saying is that Parisians are not practical. See, that's where Parisians are good. They like to keep the negative version. Yeah. They always keep the negative. No, okay, I have never seen anything like that. No guys, this is another level. This is another level of I want to take a picture of you. What did you get there?
Peach Bellini. Not in Italy yet, but I will be soon.
So it's an Italian drink?
Yes.
You are already like, your mind is already in Italy. Is this like your next destination?
After Germany, so we're going to Munich and then we're going to Venice afterwards, then Florence and then Rome.
Rome for like a couple of days, like 5
Quite an itinerary.
Yeah.
And why Italy?
He's been wanting to go to Italy for a long time.
I've been really dying to go to Rome. I want to see like the Colosseum and everything.
My cousin is a flight attendant and he's gone to Italy a lot and he said it's his favorite place to go. So mine is Paris, but I'll have to try Italy.
What about you? What did you get?
I got the raspberry mule. It's quite sweet, but it's really good.
Hold on, you wanted pina colada. Merci. Merci.
I said don't get a pina colada.
You changed his mind.
I've been wanting to get a pina colada, but she's like, you got to go to like Costa Rica to get a pina colada. Yeah, you got to go to South
America. They have pineapples. Everything is fresh there.
That's where you get a pina colada.
That's where you get a pina colada. You get, I don't know, what's like a French cocktail that you would get? Like what's like a classic French cocktail?
I don't drink alcohol.
Oh, right, you don't drink alcohol.
Yeah, I guess it would just be wine.
I guess champagne is very French.
Like champagne.
No, I know the classic French cocktail is called wine, cheese, and love. that's the French cocktail. All right, so I'll try my my greedy tea. That's how they call it.
They give you a nice little assortment here. That's cool.
Yes, because I was looking for something sweet, so that's what he proposed. Perfect. Like my Earl Grey tea, and this is crème brûlée, which is a famous French dessert. Yeah, it's really tasty. A macaron. This one I have no idea what it is.
I don't know what that is either.
And this is fondant au chocolat, very, very French. So if you click here, you'll see some tasty chocolates coming out. Oh, chocolate, where are you? Alright, this is a shy fondant au chocolat, and of course my tea, and that's it.
One thing I've always noticed about Paris is you gotta sort of ask for the check. But then you always have to ask. They don't like just bring it off to you like in America. It's like you sort of get your food, you eat it, and in America they always bring it down.
But that's because it's rude to bring to people the check. Like it's like if you're telling them you finished, you gotta leave now.
Yeah, it's.
In America, you always bring the person the check, and if you stay for longer than 45 minutes, it's considered rude. Like 45 minutes at a table is totally normal. It's because there's usually a queue of people waiting for a restaurant because we don't pack in tables like this. Yeah. There's probably like.
But you have more space than Europe in America, no?
Exactly.
We have more space, but we're not as like great about it. Like everyone has a big booth.
It's not very efficient.
But like if it's not busy, I guess it's fine to stick around. But during the busy times, like if it was as busy as it is right now, they would expect you, when you're done with your food, they would expect you to leave.
I have a friend in America who spent 4 years in Ireland, and she worked at this restaurant with me. And on her day off, she came in and she got a drink and she sat and talked to a friend of hers for 4 hours, or like 3 or 4 hours or something like that. And even though she worked there, our boss was so mad at her. She was like, how dare you come in and waste the table for 4 hours and like eat and drink and talk. So
hold on, let me understand this. So for you in America, when you go to a restaurant, is to eat?
Yeah.
Basically.
Isn't it like to enjoy the seating?
Well, sometimes
but most of the time, no.
And most of the time, it's just you're sort of there for the food.
Okay.
And you're not. I mean, you're there to talk to people too, but like.
You talk and you eat at the same time, and you hurry.
Yeah, because there's the idea.
As a server, I've had to ask multiple tables to leave before. Like, I have to go over and be like, I'm so sorry, but we have a 2-hour-long wait list. Can you please hurry up? We really don't have enough tables.
And how did he take it when you said that?
They're usually very nice about it. It's
wow, if you do this in Paris, is
waved away.
I mean, the guy will be really mad about you because how to say, like, I think, well, definitely in Paris people go to eat, definitely because they want to enjoy good food.
Yeah.
But it's also very important a comfortable, good vibes in the cafe. So if the guide gives you the check quickly, I wouldn't come back to the same place at all.
Yeah, because we do it without asking. Like, they don't ask us for the check. I would just go off and drop it off at the table usually.
Yeah.
It's not like every time I give the check, I want them to leave. It's just sort of expected. Like, people want to get, they want to get the payment out of the way as well.
I see.
So it's like whenever they're done with their food, when you see the plate empty, it's usually like, okay, they're fine to have the check. People will consider it rude, like if they're still eating and you give them the check.
Yeah, of course, yeah, of course.
Yeah, but like when they're done, I think most Americans are fine with paying.
And leaving, yeah.
It's my favorite song. Oh my god, sorry, this is my favorite song.
That's okay. So after what I heard, I'm not coming back to America anytime soon. I want to enjoy my food.
Yeah.
Like now. For those who just joined the video, we are February 13. Tomorrow is?
February 14th. It's Valentine's Day.
Which is Saint Valentine.
Nothing planned.
So a romantic American couple in Paris enjoying their drinks. Again, what was your Italian drink?
Your Italian drink.
And what about you? An American drink?
It's a Russian drink, right? Oh no, it's not.
Here we go.
It wasn't created in Russia.
No, but it's called a Moscow Mule.
Yeah. Has nothing to do with Moscow.
Oh, you chose the Moscow one?
It's a raspberry mule, so it's a mule,
But if
which
it
is
was
a
a
kind
real
of Russian.
Moscow Mule, it would be in a copper mug. So.
Yes.
We have an expert here.
Oh, looks like
Look at the tile. Did you see the light? Beautiful.
That is nice.
In Portland, they turn them off in the summertime from COVID because all the homeless people will bathe in them.
Yeah.
Oh, like they would shower there?
They have people like bathing in the fountains, and then like it's just really unsafe to have them on, especially during COVID. So
Maybe don't visit Portland, Oregon for another few years.
And you're from Portland, Oregon. Okay.
They're honestly still recovering from all the.
I don't think the state of Oregon will be happy hearing what you said.
Yeah, just don't show them the video.
You are not encouraging tourism.
Portland, no.
I'll get in trouble. It's so interesting here to not see any homeless people. At least I don't think I've seen a
Not
single
very
one.
many. Only like a couple.
But in where we come from, Portland, Oregon, there's people that are using the fountains to bathe in. There's like every block there's just people, just in tents. They have whole parks that are just like little communes of people, and most of them are addicted to meth. The social structures in America are so bad. We only allow a certain number of social workers to get into the social work programs at colleges, and yet there is such a large need for these students because the services are just so small, and yet the government won't fund any social services, so they won't let enough students get into, so they won't flood the market. I'm explaining this badly, but my point is that it's just backwards and it doesn't make any sense, but huge homeless problem.
Have you seen a lot of homeless here in Paris?
Not at all.
I've only seen a couple. There's some people begging for money like on the metro, and there's some people on the streets, but it's really nothing like.
And none of them seem like super cracked out.
They don't seem like, it doesn't seem like anybody's on drugs like they would be in America. It's more like they're like genuinely like need like financial assistance compared to like a lot of people in America. They say like don't give homeless people money because they're only going to buy drugs from you, or like you can only give homeless people food. So that's why a lot of people don't get any help. Because like you were saying, there was the people helping that homeless person on the street.
You saw it, I showed you.
Yeah, and like sometimes that happens in America, but it doesn't really, because there's this idea of like you shouldn't help homeless people because like
why?
Just because
they got there themselves.
because like
Basically,
it's just I don't know. It's like if you give them money, they'll only buy drugs, and like whatever you do is not actually going to help them because they'll just go back to drugs. And it's not like, I mean, some people blame the homeless people, but I feel like if you know what's going on, you shouldn't, because it's like they're on drugs. Drugs are super powerful.
If you go and you try to have a conversation with a homeless person like we saw happening here, the person is usually on meth, like, or it's on heroin. They have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah.
They're like a danger to you, first of all, because they can't attack you because they're on drugs. It's just like you don't really have a lot of opportunities to help them, and there's no professionals to help them either. Like, we'll call the cops, and the cops will come and say, oh, crack that person on the road, normal day. Usual day.
How is the situation in the north? You are from Portland, right? So how is it like the social situation? Like if I go today, would you recommend me to go to Portland? Let's start with this one. Why? It's a beautiful state.
If you had someone to go with you, I would say yes, but it's like you have to look past all the homelessness to enjoy it. Especially
there's still some good stuff
like 10
there.
years ago. 10 years ago, Portland was the place to be. Like there was the show Portlandia, if you've heard of that.
No.
It's a popular show.
Like
they
a
make fun of like just super liberals. That
How is this called?
It's Portlandia.
Okay.
So it's like they talk about how Portland is just like this really weird like little city. It's the slogan of Portland is keep Portland weird. So
All right,
it's just a very strange spot. But 10 years ago it was the place to be, and now it's just very run down. The
it's
protest
sad.
there.
It's genuinely sad.
Yeah.
And I still think
it's got a bad name.
I still think they're recovering from all the protests that happened, because there's still like I was talking about how the Apple Store in Portland is like this giant glass building. Well, that giant glass building got like destroyed. Sort of.
Really?
Like the glass panes were like broken, and like so there's glass all over the street. So that Apple Store right now, it just has like plywood, just like on the.
Oh, I see.
Like there's just like a slab of wood.
Yeah, when I was in Philadelphia, it was the same. Like regular restaurants blocked with those wooden plates. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's still so many that are just like haven't recovered yet, and it's been like a year.
There were
since.
some cool things that came out of the protest because there's street art everywhere. Because of the George Floyd protests, I don't know if you remember that.
Yes, of course.
They painted a lot of the streets, like all the plywood that went up. The people like made art.
It did like transform the city in a way, but there's still a lot of like structural change that still needs to be done. But there was a lot of great like street art from it. There's
I really have a question. What's going on with this advertisement? Who can explain?
You never see this in America.
Why? It's a guy who likes. How do you call it in English?
It's a masochist. He likes receiving pain. Now, I think it's because of the way the management companies, the property management companies treat him. So, I mean, you should go with Bellman. they won't do it to you.
So, Bellman, you gotta give some reward to these two Americans who are making advertisement to you.
Like this guy?
Maybe he likes it.
I bet he likes it. He's smiling. He's happy with it.
He's living the life. Yeah.
So here, like, he has 7 months of works that he's not done, and he says if you continue to go with that property management, that means you're really like in self-inflicted pain. That's what you call it.
You're definitely a masochist.
Look at the pigeon. I love it. So yeah, he said like it's beautiful from inside, but it's crazy. Look at from the outside. It looks like a village. I swear, a church from a village.
It is really pretty.
In the heart of Paris.
Really
Wow, this is beautiful.
It might be too cheap for me. I don't know.
I think it's 5K under my budget.
Yeah, I'm looking for something a little more bougie.
Yeah. Well, what can you offer me?
Hold on, did I miss the brand? Which brand are we talking about? So Louis Vuitton is under your budget.
Oh, absolutely. Honestly. We're gonna go next door to Rolex real quick.
I lost them because I brought them here. Here we go. They don't talk to me anymore now because they are in their paradise. Oysters.
Oysters, yeah. Oysters.
So chocolate oysters. Oh, they call them mussels.
Yeah. Well,
So-
I guess oysters would be a lot bigger, wouldn't they?
Yeah, oysters are more
So
like
these ones-
circular. Those would be like mussels.
These would just be called mussels then, yeah?
Yeah.
So show me, what did you get there?
No,
We got a little variety pack.
Strawberry, wow.
Yeah. Dark chocolate.
I'm a fan of the nuts, so I really
This one?
I don't really get milk chocolate often, so we'll see how good it is. If they can make me like milk chocolate,
Yeah.
they
There
must
we
be
go.
fantastic.
So this is Meilleur Ouvrier de France.
And look at all
I
the
bet on it.
creations up there.
Yeah.
The creations are crazy.
Yeah.
Look at
I like
this.
the cows.
Wow, this is interesting. Here it says that we obtain those colors from ingredients that are 100% natural, fruits, tea. Welcome to Meilleur Ouvrier de France, Georges Nicole, with his crazy chocolate creations, and my crazy two American friends enjoying. You didn't even wait to the hotel, no?
No, I did not. I wanted to dig right in. I gotta know.
Marshmallows are great.
So which one are you trying? Like the
Dark chocolate or marshmallow?
What about you?
I have a dark chocolate nut.
With nuts?
It's pretty good. It's not heavy.
I think it's almond.
Oh no. I thought you were giving it to me.
I am curious that you tell me your opinion once you try the mussel.
Do you want to split it? You want to try it right now?
When we're eating, we could eat it afterwards.
I'm gonna try one of these little walnuts.
Right, let's go from here. This looks like a village. It doesn't look like you're in Paris. Look, beautiful.
It's obviously giving me Greece vibes.
Yeah, just a little
The way
bit.
it's layered.
In the back streets of Greece on the islands, it looks like this.
In Greece, yes. Yeah, I love Greece. All right, let's go get some Lebanese food.
I'm gonna be such an American.
So what do you think this one is?
It looks like a salad.
Okay.
I don't know, but it looks great. This hummus I've already had a bite.
This is hummus, yes.
Baba ganoush is like that.
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know. I need to ask.
I think you said this was a yogurt, maybe. I don't know.
Isn't it Lebanese or something like
It
that?
was eggplant.
It looks more like eggplant, that's true.
I think it was eggplant.
This one I remember, it says lentil with rice.
It looks like it has onions on it. Are these like?
Yeah, it's crispy onions.
Yeah, these are like crispy onions. And the last one it has
Something cheese.
feta cheese, yes. So this is very Greek cheese, since you have been to Greece,
I
yeah.
heard fromage, which is cheese.
Here we
This
go.
hummus is actually amazing. It's super lemony, which I really like. It's really good.
Bon appetit. That's how we end our evening in Paris. In another bistro.
And another one.
The third one.
Did you decide?
I don't know yet. The cider here is good. I've had it before.
Are you sure?
Here specifically.
Are you sure there is alcohol inside there?
I'm pretty sure there's
I think
alcohol.
so. It's like alcoholic
It's
cheese.
gotta be.
But hey, no, look what I found. They have some alcohol, without alcohol, called Apple Collins.
Perfect.
Looks like cider thing, but it's not really cider.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. How may drink? I love this place.
I shouldn't have told them in the beginning.
That's okay.
I think your mom would love this. She loves ginger.
Yeah.
Hold on, aren't you supposed to be sleeping now?
I know.
What-
It's like
what
it's
time is
12
this?
o'clock, I think.
12:30.
30.
Oh man, what is this? Like my third drink?
Just
Yeah.
Are your parents aware that you are drinking outside? Oh, hold on. How old are you?
I'm 20.
And you can drink in your...
And Europe I can drink, and Europe
Here we
I'm
go.
legal.
It's raining, I think.
Yeah, I'm hearing the pitter patter.
Yeah. It was very fun. Now it's time to sleep. And I was so tired. We were looking at how many kilometers they walked today. It was 8 kilometers, 0.6, something like that. It's a long day. So, now I gotta go to sleep. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video and share it with your friends and family. And I'll tell you, see you in the next one. Start looking at some details. See the names there? You have some kind of famous French people. Not sure if they have to be French, but usually when you look at very historic buildings like these, you can look at those names and you see the heads, kind of the heads over it. I think these are like the sculpture of the people themselves. Like, I know one, Rousseau, for example, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, 1712, so it tells you like his date of birth and death, his head, and a lot of other statues that I can't really tell you the history of it because I'm not an expert of history, but I just love the architecture of the Opera of Paris.